Guten Tag, Herr
Manfred.
Yes, Manfred. My pseudonym is Manfred today.
Okay. So, we should keep that in mind, Herr Manfred.
Yeah.
Sie mir schon bereit?
Schon lange.
Ach so. Hi. Hallo.
It's been recording earlier. This is earlier. Hello,
Oh my
guten
God.
Tag.
Hallo, guten Tag.
Guten
Herzlich
Tag.
willkommen.
Zu unserer Podcast.
What?
No,
Wait. Welcome back to...
No kaimal.
Okay. Welcome to the
Nosy
Noisy Neighbors podcast with Chang,
and Nin.
where two immigrants in Germany talk about expat stuff.
Today we have a special guest.
Another special guest.
Yes.
Well, we're not sure if it's special or not. If it's special or not. Yeah.
Okay, let's just ask.
Are you special? We always ask this.
No, I'm just a regular German guy.
Yes. Okay, so
Speaking for all the Germans.
Yeah. Wow.
Wait, I'm waiting for the hate comments.
are we ready though?
Bashers. We're ready.
Okay, our
Okay.
faces are like plastered all over.
Yeah.
So lucky for this German guy.
He's so German, he doesn't want to show his face.
I know, right? Shoots.
Yeah.
Correct.
So,
Yeah.
please do the honors.
So since we always talk about Germany and Germans and everything about Germany.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have here in our studio
Yes.
a real German person.
Okay, so how do we prove that he's really German?
Show your skin.
What the fuck? I
show
can show
your
my ID, okay? Because
No.
we have a national ID, okay?
Wow, the shade for
The
Filipinos.
shade, alright.
Yeah, because we only have like, what, A4 size bond paper.
As a proof that you applied for national ID. No, show your skin. How would we know that you're really German? Come here, just the skin, just your
have to
arm.
believe, okay? Wait a second.
Okay, proof.
Proof or it didn't happen.
Yeah. Okay, so legit check.
Yeah. Done.
Done.
So since I don't know, how do we call you again?
Manfred.
Okay,
So-
Manfred.
Hello, Manfred. Manfred.
Manfred is going to speak for all the Germans.
Well, the name.
The name says it all.
So, welcome to the studio, Manfred.
Yes, happy to be here and answer all the questions.
Oh, yes. Bear it all.
So what are
Okay.
we going to talk about?
So, we will be talking about German stuff.
Yeah.
German stuff.
Because we have Germany. German, so very general.
So, yeah, because Manfred is here.
Yes.
So,
No, yeah, we will talk about like Germans and the things that annoys them.
oh,
Oh,
yes.
you like that, Manfred?
Yes, that's a long list. Yeah.
Are you ready, though?
I am always.
Okay. So,
Should we start?
please start.
I don't know how to say it. Like, I don't know how to introduce it, you know. But this is very common. And maybe not just in Germany, but like it also in other nationality. But Germans are most known for this, like being punctual. Why do you get annoyed when somebody's late?
It's just respect. Like this is the highest form of respect. Is
Wow.
respect
Yes.
Highest
somebody
form-
else's time, okay? And this is like a very bad no to like be late here without a reason. If you have a reason, a valid one, then it's fine. If not, or if you don't say anything, that's very bad and a very bad no here.
But you always get a reason if you're late. Let's say you miss the bus, you wake up late. That's a reason, right?
No, that's not a valid reason. That's why I said valid. Like you can adjust for the bus, you can adjust for getting up. You only have to change the alarm clock or like get ready a bit earlier.
Oh, God, that's true.
You always have to be earlier than the appointed time, which is crazy to think of as a Filipino probably, but this is the norm
Hey.
for Germans.
But it's not just Filipinos, okay?
I know, right?
Yeah, but I guess your trope is that you're always late. There is something called Filipino time, which
Wait, it's also
I did not
Hispanic
make up.
countries. Okay, it's not just us.
Oh yeah,
is
they
true.
actually how do you say it? They actually claim it as well.
Yeah.
And even Indians, they would also say the same. I mean, the Indians that I know would also claim that they're
always-
known for being late.
See, it's not just Filipinos. Can
I
you
know,
stop
but
the hate?
you pride you pride yourself a bit. That's why.
No,
no,
we
we
don't.
don't. That's not true.
Perhaps the others though.
Yeah.
But yeah, being late, let's just put some context to why Filipinos are late.
Oh,
Yes.
yes, she's going to
Yes.
justify it. Go.
Yes.
Because this is not a justification. No? It's rooted on history.
Yeah.
Yes, because we were colonized by the Spaniards for
300 years.
yes. And during that time, the Spaniards would always, like the colonizers,
The white people.
the colonizers who calls us Indios, they would in parties, like in events, they would actually arrive late just so they would be considered as the most important or things like that, like high up on the society. So when they left, the Filipinos, the Indios, they kind of took this practice just so they kind of continue this, like, oh yeah, we're top of the society, we're important, so we arrive late just so people would look at us when we arrive.
That's probably also the reason why Hispanic countries are also late, because they were also
Colonized.
colonized by Spanish people.
That's true.
So are we blaming it to the Spanish?
Yeah. To the colonizers. Yeah, but I'm not sure about the Indians. They probably have their own reasons.
No, they were also colonized by British people.
But the British, they're not known for being late though.
They're known for being also on time.
Yeah. So,
Because Germans and British are cousins, right? The Saxons.
Kind of, yeah.
yes.
Royalties, yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true because they say like the British royalty is like from the German.
It is
line.
mostly German lines.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So what do you say to that?
What I heard is like you blame it on other people and you like to take bad habits from other cultures and just make them your own. That's what I got from that.
Well, hey, this is about German. German stuff.
Yeah, sweet.
Why did it boomerang?
Yeah. Oh my
But
God,
yeah.
the reverse Uno card was
I know, right? This is just starting, You don't do that in Uno.
Yeah.
You play
That's the-
safe
that's the
on
practice round,
first round. Okay, part 2.
No, but
next.
I don't know. But Japan, maybe among Asian countries, I think Japanese are the most, they are very different from us.
Yeah.
From among the Asian countries, right? I think they are,
Like they value honor very much.
yeah, I think also German, they value time. You know
Yeah.
that they say that if the train or if the bus, if the train is late for 1 minute, they would give
Like they
sorry,
slip or
yeah.
something so you could show it to your...
sorry, but a sorry letter to everybody.
Yeah, so you could show it to your HR.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and when we were there, I don't know. This is not related to being late. When we were in Japan, we used the bus, and then when you get off, the bus driver would say thank you to every passenger.
Well, I think that should be default though, because I also had it in Scotland or even in Britain. Like even the passengers when they get
off.
in, they would say hello or good morning, and then when they get off, they say thank you, goodbye. And then I used to do that here in Germany. Like when I get in the bus, get off, and then by the driver, and was like, hello, goodbye, thank you, or things like that. Not even a nod. Like I'm not sure if that's a German thing.
For German bus drivers, that's very much normal. Like they are always
They feel like
mostly
they're
grumpy
invisible.
and they don't want to talk to you or do anything. Just
No, but it says at the front, don't talk to driver,
Well,
right?
I'm not trying to talk to them though.
Yeah,
It's just like
greeting is
you
not
know.
talking. It's not like you should like, "Hi, how is it going?"
Yeah,
Like, how's
it
your
was just like
stuff?"
being nice. Or not
Yeah.
being nice. It should be like default. Like, you say hello.
True. Sometimes I see that with old people. And then the driver would also say dunk, also choose or whatever. But only to old people, not to young people.
They make
Some nice
sense.
ones, yeah.
I'm not
Yes,
so sure.
you're still not eligible to do that, bus driver, I guess.
Well, I'm already on my midlife. I'm having my midlife crisis.
Are you a rentner already?
I feel like it. My back feels like it. Though.
The body.
My knees as well. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's a German thing. But we used to talk about it before. We mentioned it before. Like in the clinic, like doctor's
yeah.
clinic, you say hello.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
responds.
But like also the fellow patients, right? That's true.
Yeah. So it depends on. Does it depend on the occupation?
Yes, very much so.
Okay.
Why do you think bus drivers are like?
I don't know, like most of them don't just want to concentrate on driving and not want to be like disturbed or like just like, yeah, you don't need to pay anymore, right? Like nobody pays for a ticket usually at the bus. You just get in and out because you have a ticket already. So they just want to concentrate on driving and like not say hello and goodbye.
I remember as well, like it was during last Christmas. I saw a bus driver with Santa hat.
Yeah.
But his face is grumpy as fuck.
It's the Grinch.
Yeah, it's like I was forced to wear this. Fuck this.
Yup.
He's the Grinch before Christmas.
But I have a question with this. Like, if Germans don't want to be late, why is the Deutsche Bahn always late?
That's true.
We don't claim the Deutsche Bahn, okay?
Well, it's on the name already, though.
Yeah, Deutsche Bahn.
I don't know, okay?
Deutsch
But
is there.
Lots of mismanagement. That's all I can say to that. It's not, there are so many reasons that would like blow away like an hour to list them all of why the Deutsche Bahn
Okay.
is like failing a lot. Starting in like 1990s when they privatized that stuff and so
But
on.
before it was not. It
It-
wasn't late always.
Yeah, it was not as bad like 20 years ago, like it is now.
Really?
There was more connections, there were more trains, there was more personnel. Yeah, like everything was definitely more in order back like 20 years, 25 years back in the day. Yeah.
Okay,
Back in the days.
Okay,
Oh,
Back
Opa.
in my day.
yeah, it's always good back in the days.
True. The good old 90s.
Yes.
So,
So,
do you have anything to add with? What is your message to people who's always late?
Get it
oh,
on life. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Learn respect. Okay? Learn respect.
Oh,
Respect
God.
other people.
yeah. No, right? I know that. I know that feeling.
Did you wanna tell the story when you were in your class and one student was late and then the teacher said that, oh no, this is not the class.
Oh, yeah. Like, we had this class. Like, this is this is a language class. And
But not German.
not German. So this is like my Spanish class. And then the teacher, it was the first day. The teacher was like, oh yeah, if they say like Hispanic people are always late, not me. That's a myth. Because I'm not, I don't patronize people who are late and things like that. So she value punctuality as well.
Maybe she's been living here for like a long time already.
Perhaps. So that was like one of the house rules she set. And then right a few minutes after that, because she said like once the door closes, it stays closed until the end of the class. So if you arrive and the doors close, well, you could just go out, get a coffee or an ice cream, stuff like that. And then a couple of minutes later,
At least she suggested what you should do with your time, no?
well, yeah, that was actually nice.
Very good.
And then a few minutes later, somebody, opened the door and was very apologetic about it. It was like, sorry, I'm late. And then found a seat, like the nearby chair. And then the teacher, like, turned off the projector, the beamer. It was like, this is not, are you here for French? And then she was like, no, Spanish. And then she was like, oh no, this is French class. not Spanish. Sorry. She was like, oh, is this not the Spanish class? No, this is not Spanish. Sorry. And she's like, okay, sorry. And then she left.
Oh.
And then closed the door. And then she continued afterwards. Whoa, that was like mind-blowing. Because it was the first day.
Yeah. What do you call that? Like, no mercy.
Kind
no
of.
mercy.
Yeah, so yeah.
The teacher didn't have any accent, like any distinguishable, like Spanish accent or something.
Well, no, not really. She speaks English. And if she speaks German
Okay.
and Spanish. So there's no Spanish, Mexican Spanish.
Accent.
I don't know, like this kind of Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she doesn't have any accent in her German.
Oh, okay.
Maybe she's really German and she just learned the Spanish language and
No, she claimed to be of Mexican descent.
Did you see the Reisepass?
Well, she claimed to be Mexican.
Yeah, like, lots of people say they are Mexican, but they look white, and they are white. So yeah.
And she also
look very white.
she looked very Mexican.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah.
Well,
So Hispanic.
yeah. I'm so sorry for your classmate.
I don't know. I'm not sure if she attended the class.
The next session.
I know. Yeah, because she was kind of strict, which was good. But yeah, savage.
Did you learn in your Spanish class?
Sí.
Oh.
Yeah.
Clar.
Only sí.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
Yeah, that is.
Sí, un cerveza, por favor.
Ah.
Okay, this is not Spanish class though. Moving on.
Moving on. So, anything else to say about being late? Nothing.
No.
Okay,
Nothing.
so next point is Germans are annoyed if you are using this, if you are indecisive, like you're Yain. Yain, ja und nein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Really? Okay, Manfred,
Explain, Manfred.
explain yourselves.
Like, what's your opinion first, Chang? Like,
What-
do that. Like, can you say yes to that or not? Or what is your experience first? I want to hear that first.
Okay, for my experience, there are quite a few. Not really quite a few. There are like a couple of Germans who love to use Jein. And then they would be like, yeah, up to you. Or up to you. Things like that. You know? But it's not really, they get annoyed with it.
Because they themselves are Yaini.
Kind of. Or they just, they already set their mind. And if you're kind of, how do you say it? Like, indecisive, they would just like decide for you. And
Yeah, because they don't want to be Yaini.
I mean, no, without even complaining, without getting annoyed.
Without,
Okay.
Maybe they are annoyed inside and you just don't know.
Perhaps, but they never
But they don't
showed
show
it.
Yeah.
Could be. But yeah, I mean, if you do it like this, if it's like in-person stuff, and the people, like, if you ask somebody something and they're like, or like, what do you want? And they are like indecisive. Depends on the situation, I guess, but I don't think it's really annoying. Then you just like, if it's okay to decide on your own for the other person, then I think it's okay, like what you described. But maybe I think more of like when you plan stuff and people are like, yeah, I don't know if I can come.
Oh, yeah.
That
Like-
thing, yeah.
Like they're not saying, yes, I will come or no, I will not come. Like when you plan stuff like that.
Like
This
if you
is
get
like-
invited in a
Yeah.
party and you don't know if you can come or not.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. Like, especially in a group chat or something. Like, first few weeks you agree and then
Later you change your mind.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't come anymore.
That's kind of a Filipino thing.
Yeah,
So,
I
yeah.
think this is what people get annoyed about. Like not the normal indecisiveness is fine. Like everybody is indecisive at some point.
True. Yeah. Especially if you're like hungry. This one
Yeah.
is where you get like
I know,
really
yeah. Like, where do you want to eat? Anywhere.
Yeah. Or what do you wanna eat? Up to you.
Yeah, like when I ask the question and the other person answers that, I'm also a little bit
Annoyed.
irked because I asked you first. Okay? And then asking a question back is like,
You're getting answered by another question.
yeah.
Well, if you get an answer with a question, maybe that's the cue that you should decide for the both of them, for the both of you.
Okay, I mean, that is fine if I say like, oh, let's get this and this.
Then the other person should be okay with that.
Yes.
And
If
then they
if that's the
give
case-
their own idea. No, I don't like that.
Yeah, like if that happens, like then you start suggesting stuff and the other person always says no, 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 but says like, no, up to you. No, then it's not up to me. Okay, then that's
Okay.
a lie, and that
Who
is
hurt
probably
you?
annoying.
Whoa, Manfred.
No, I don't think that happened to me. I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of.
Not
No.
yet. Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. No, I don't think that's happened a lot. I don't think so. No.
Okay, not a lot.
But I can understand if I was in that situation, it would also be like a bit. Like then why do you say no to everything I'm suggesting, but you don't want to suggest anything?
That's
I mean,
true.
I think it's not just a German thing, no? Like,
Yeah,
if you
that's-
plan something for this group of people, right, and they
Yeah.
don't, if they are indecisive, then that is really annoying. It's not just German stuff.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
more general.
Like having that yain word alone shows that Germans can also be indecisive,
Yeah,
right?
because you you have the word for that.
I mean, the yang word can be used for indecisiveness, but it's more of the case of like there are some questions that have a yes and a no answer. Like, because we know that lots of questions are not that easy as yes and no.
It's
So
not
we
just
have, like,
black and white.
Yeah, it's not like black and white. So that's why we have the yain. But then when we say yain, we usually explain why. Or like what are like the positives or the negatives. Or why is it yes and why can it be also no most of the times.
Oh, okay. Germans really love to
Explain.
explain.
Yeah, you should know that by now.
Even their jokes.
Do you explain your joke?
I mean, if the other person is not getting it and I'm willing to explain it, yes. If the joke doesn't land and I'm not in the mood to explain it, then I just, okay.
Leave it alone.
It's okay. You don't have any humor. It's fine. From personal experience, I can relate that satire is a thing that not many cultures have. So that's why.
It's a
that's
white
why I
thing.
learned that, yeah.
British
And like explaining satire
Yeah.
is very, very hard. So if the person has no concept of satiric stuff, that's yeah.
Well, that's true. Because sometimes sarcasm,
Sarcasm and satire. Yeah.
it could be, it depends on the mood of the other person. They might take it seriously.
Yep. Or they always take it seriously,
Yeah.
which is hard.
Like, especially if, let's say, Filipinos, they are like very sensitive, right?
Yeah.
They take it like by heart.
They-
They take it to heart.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you don't know if it's a joke or if it's not. Especially if you're not from the same background.
Yeah.
Like they tell you like, oh yeah, it's okay. But you know, we wash our clothes in the lake. And then you're like, it's fine. And then you know, you don't understand why they said that. Because you don't know if they're actually doing it
Yeah.
or not. Especially if you haven't seen their place.
True.
So that kind of joke doesn't land
Yeah.
For
100%.
some cultures.
Yeah.
Yeah, sarcasm and irony is.
I.e. Filipino.
Because in the Philippines, people would actually wash their clothes until now in
In
the
the lake,
river.
yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, you may be like, oh yeah, that's okay.
Even for me, that also baffles me to know that up until now, people wash their clothes in the river.
Yeah.
Because it's 24 now. Come on, get a fucking washing machine. Wait, sorry,
Yeah.
that's so elitist.
Damn.
But yeah, I mean, the rivers now are brown. You can, there's no clean rivers in the Philippines anymore. So, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and speaking of Germans love explaining, do you get annoyed if people don't agree with you? Because, you know, I know
Oh,
that
yeah.
Germans love to research a lot. You know, my husband says I'm acing this.
Yeah.
I always annoy him because I always don't agree with him, and I have
Okay.
to ask for like an explanation.
Well,
Like,
that's good. So what do you say, Manfred?
what's your opinion to that?
I think how do I phrase this?
Okay.
If you are like
Think
speaking
well.
of like when you know something to be true, when you know it for a fact, like when you read about it or like looked it up or like you know, like the sky is blue. Okay, and you say why the sky is blue. You explain the ozone layer and all that shit because you know you learned that in school. You have that, and somebody says no to that.
What the
As
blue?
an
The
example.
blueness is not because of ozone layer. It's the reflection of the ocean, right?
Yes, okay.
See, this is me disagreeing with you, Manfred.
So this is your
Okay.
typical everyday life.
True. No, but like this was just an example. But like other stuff that Germans know to be true, and other ones say like it happens between Germans also. Like it's not just like other cultures or something. That they say like
Oh.
no to something, and you know for a fact that it is the case. That gets people annoyed. Yeah, pretty quick.
Is it rooted in the education system, you think? Because I don't know, like for some countries, it's really not that good, so people don't know stuff.
Like they always want to have the last say with everything.
That is another thing probably, but also I guess it plays into it. Some people just want to say no or yes to something to have the last word. That's true.
Yeah, because you always have the ja, nein, ja, doch.
Yeah, we have like lots of like revision, like words to say to something. Yeah, like the doch and something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like they have like certain level. You know how Super Saiyan goes? Like Saiyan 1, 2, and then it goes higher. And then Doc is like on the
On
upper.
the top,
It's on the higher things.
On the
Yeah. Like if
shades,
you're super sure, that's a super
Doch.
sure word.
can
Doch.
you say it, Manfred?
Just doch.
Doc.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if an argument, like I've heard this from another German. Because, like when you have this kind of, not really an argument, but it cannot be solved by the doch anymore. They would say like, oh yeah, now is the time to take out the
Brockhaus.
encyclopedia.
Do you have encyclopedia in your house, Manfred?
Yeah.
No, my grandma had the Brockhaus in like, what is it? How many books? 20 or something? I'm not sure. Or like
Okay.
a whole like series of books
Of the Brockhaus.
of the Brockhaus. Yeah, it's like a special kind of. They have like different levels of like how many books you have at home. Like there are like one book for everything, or like 10 books for everything, or like 20 books for everything. Like they have like different series of
Yeah.
things
Like
back in the day.
Britannica.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this is pretty similar to that. And this is like also back in the day, this was very expensive.
Yeah,
That's
I remember
true.
that. Like
Like thousands,
some salesman like just go door to door.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And you have to pay it like in the Philippines you pay it installment because it's so expensive.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. You also have like installments, right? Like monthly installments for that shit because it's like thousands of D-mark back in the day.
Yeah.
I guess euros maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. I remember getting scolded and like extreme scolding from my mom when she saw me almost cutting out the encyclopedia because I needed a photo for a school project.
Oh my god, you made it like a magazine.
I know. I was like grade 3 back then. And yeah, it was like an endless amount of scolding because it was, I did not
Did
know.
you get spanked?
Yeah, like
With
like
what?
I forgot what's the first thing my mom grabbed though.
So it's different instrument.
Yeah. Yeah, like the first thing they see, like the parents. I don't know if it happened to you, but for us, well, my mom is an apologist. Now when we talk about it,
She would say so.
no, not an apologist. She's a denier. She would say like it never happened.
Oh, she gaslights you.
She was like, I never did that.
Whoa, that's not true. You made it up like that.
Yeah.
So what were the instruments that they used to spank you?
Well, all sorts. I tried all sorts.
Really?
But the most painful was not the belt. You know,
Not the belt. So what is it then?
the broom.
Ah,
But this one's like the broom made out of like
the stick, little stick.
yeah, this one.
Walis ting.
Yeah. And if you have like just one of this, not the entire, that's
yeah.
the most painful.
Because that's so thin.
I know, right?
Oh my God.
It's like similar to getting whipped by
Like
a
a
whip.
slave,
By a whip.
Oh, I don't think I've experienced that.
Really? Oh yeah.
But the belt it's really painful. The belt.
Well, it's thick, so it's not that painful.
But it makes a lot of sound, you know.
Yeah, it does. But the sound, I think as a child, it does kind of
Threaten you.
like does an impact on the pain.
Oh.
But the slipper was fine.
Yeah, and hanger.
Hanger is
fine.
Hanger is okay. Depends on what type. If it's
Yeah, if it's
metal or plastic. So
Oh my God.
My Manfred can relate
Oh,
because
yeah.
they don't do I don't know animal abuse,
What the?
child abuse here.
did you have that in your childhood, Manfred?
No, because I was a nice child. Everybody
Oh, really?
But then
Golden
said that about me. I was
child.
very behaved, okay.
Well behaved.
and then you don't speak for most Germans if you say that, because I don't think most kids are not behaved.
Yeah.
Now not so much anymore. Probably that's
But
true.
in your
in my days, back in
back
the
in
good old
the-
days, again, we were mostly behaved kids. Although the majority were like normal adjusted kids. Yeah.
oh,
Really?
normally adjust.
Like the majority, definitely. Not all, definitely not. But like most of the kids were like just normal kids that didn't like behave like the kids nowadays. They just like respectless and Can I have a little thing, okay, that I want to come back to for
Okay, yeah.
explaining.
Sorry, going back to our
Okay.
topic.
Explaining, going back to the topic, because somebody mentioned that the sky is blue because it reflects the light of the ocean.
Oh my God.
Oh,
So
I got
now,
corrected.
As from the Royal Museums of Greenwich from like the UK, why is the sky blue? Just like a little reading here, okay? Okay, it's common misconception that the sky is blue because it reflects the blue of the seas and the oceans.
Okay, so stop. So that means that it's not just me. It's a common misconception.
Yes, but you perpetuated that. So, in fact, it's the Earth's atmosphere and the process known as scattering that causes our skies to be blue. As white light passes through our atmosphere, tiny air molecules cause it to scatter. The scattering caused by these tiny air molecules increase as the wavelength of light decreases. Violet and blue light have the shortest wavelength and red light has the longest. Therefore, blue light is scattered more than red light and the sky appears blue during the day.
Oh
Just
my
to
God.
Explain.
But
not
it's
let
also
it
not because
stand.
of ozone layer, Manfred.
But the ozone is like a particle,
A part
an
of
air
that.
particle which also causes that.
Okay.
Thank you for the information, Manfred.
Yeah, so-
now we learn.
Yeah, as a explaining
As
German,
a-
I can't let this false information stand. Okay?
Okay.
As a mansplainer.
Earth
As a
science.
German splainer, okay?
Yeah.
Please, German.
What?
As a German splainer.
German splainer.
Yeah, because they love to have the last say.
Okay. You win, Manfred.
Okay.
You will not be invited here.
You will be blacklisted after this.
All right.
You should come under another
name. For the record, this is Manfred's first and last visit.
Okay, so you should make the most out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on.
Okay, so going back to the things that annoys
Germans.
Germans, aka Manfred.
Manfred and his kumpels.
And he's compelled.
Manfred and co.
What about like crossing street with green light?
Yeah, as someone who drives very fast.
How do you know Manfred drives very fast?
I don't know. It's just like I kind of profiled him as someone who,
As a Raser, because all Germans are Raser.
yeah, and they do love to do, no, not Germans, but kind of on his profile. Like if you look at him,
You scanned him already.
yeah, kind of an AI.
Oh,
He does
okay.
like, how do you call it, road rage? If it's allowed, he would do it freely.
When is road rage not allowed? Or like when you don't act on the road rage? You know, if you just like curse in your car, is that the road rage already? No.
No, road rage is, I think, if another person is involved. Like,
Yeah,
you
if you
already,
really
you
act
already
on-
went, get off your car and
Yeah.
like do this, like, hey, why? And something
Yeah.
like that.
So if you act on your emotions, I think that's already road rage.
True.
Other than like, staying in your car and like showing the dirty finger.
There's also considered road rage, I think.
Kind
already.
of. That like
Oh, when you do
mild
this,
version. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Feruk sign.
Mm.
Anyway, go
Yeah,
ahead.
moving
Answer
on.
about the...
I mean,
The red
I
light.
wasn't the one sidetracking here, but okay.
Okay. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, like the jaywalking thing that it annoys Germans. I don't know. Like from my personal perspective, I also jaywalk if there is nobody there. Okay, and I don't give a shit if there are no cars or like I'm not standing on a fucking light when there's nobody around. That's just a fact. And I think most other normal adjusted Germans will say the same. But if there are like kids or like more people and there's like a bigger crowd,
You don't
I usually don't do that. Usually only if there's like really like time crunch involved. If I have to be somewhere and I need to run like over the street to get like the next tram or something like that, then it's more understandable. But you will be looked down upon from other Germans. That's definitely for sure. If there are other Germans at the
What's your
crosswalk.
opinion if, like, for example, a foreigner do that?
Yeah.
If I do that,
Like I don't personally mind. Like I don't, if they are not like, again, like if there are children around, it's not cool. But if like just other people are there and like he's just walking and there's like nothing going on, I guess it's fine. Like it's not for me, it's not a big deal.
okay.
You know.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm not really like
So you don't really
not
speak
that
for...
not that yeah.
Yes.
In that sense, I'm not a normal German. That's
Yeah.
true.
Well, I think you're already part of the normal German.
Really?
Because I see a lot of white people.
Yeah,
So-
I think it's more common. It's more the old people are very, very anal about this stuff than
like
the younger people.
even the elderly,
They do that?
they kind of, I mean, on our street.
In your street?
Yeah, especially if they're on a hurry or if they, like what you said, Manfred, like if they don't see cars passing, or even there was this one event, like the elderly guy, he just, like everyone, even I told him like, don't cross because the bus is coming.
You told that to a German?
Yeah, I did. This is an elderly, but and then everyone was like scurrying.
Again, you're not eligible.
I know, right? But then I had to because the bus is coming. And then he was like, the one angry. Because it's already red and stuff, and he still cross it, and he's slow.
Did he say to you like, hot the klape, I'm crossing now?
He said like, halt die Klappe. But not for me because there were a lot of us.
So it's not directly to you?
No,
directed to
like
you.
I think even his wife told him to not
Shut
cross
up.
cross the road. There was like
still.
halt die Klappe. And then like continued walking very slow.
Heinz, stop! Don't go, Heinz.
Yeah, the auto did not continue. Did not stop.
Well, on that note, I think because I live near the university.
Yeah.
I don't know, like these young people, they don't have courage to do that.
Like what?
They don't cross even though...
Because it's a huge street.
No, I counted it actually. It's really not huge. It's just like two what you call
Two
that?
lanes.
2 lanes only. And sometimes because like the stoplight in far away, sometimes it's red there.
Yeah.
And then on our crossing,
It's green.
Yeah, something like that. So it means that there's really no car passing by. they really don't cross, you know?
Perhaps because they're scared that the cars
Going to be fast.
Yeah, because I think that's a, how do you call it? Landesbahn or something. Like it's not a regular street, but it's also not an Autobahn.
The Bundesstraße.
A Bundesstraße.
Really, the street near me is... Oh.
Yeah.
So they're allowed to drive a little bit faster
No,
than the normal
No,
street.
inner city is always 50.
Yeah, it's
okay.
already city.
Yeah.
Okay.
All inner city. It doesn't matter. It can be 50 lanes. Doesn't matter. It's always 50. So they,
Oh, so it's really...
Okay.
They're just really pussy, I think.
Yeah. I
mean,
wouldn't
usually
risk
there's
though.
like lots of traffic, so they're just probably used to stopping. Even they may, like these people are just have their little headphones and they are like not like they're looking straight. Okay, they don't look left and right anymore. These little youngsters, so they're probably just like it's red. I have to stop, but
Oh, yeah.
there's nothing coming. So yeah,
But I think that's kind of okay.
yeah, it's fine. Like
Yeah, that's fine.
It's not a bad thing, but I'm just saying.
That's usually the normal.
Yeah, it's another
Yeah.
reason why they stop. It's not like that they're just afraid of the traffic. They're just like in another dimension, I guess.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, traffic, speaking of traffic,
Yeah.
like how do Germans show their road
rage.
yeah, other than, like sitting on their car, showing the dirty finger or or lowering the window and then shout and then put it back up.
Like, how do they show? I don't know. I think compared to other countries, it's not that bad. I usually just watch YouTube compilations of like Autobahn road rage, and then it's like you go in front of the other person and like just brake in front of them, so they also have to brake and stuff because they blocked you. Then you get past them and block them, and some like just some play like this basically.
Do
Okay.
you do that?
No, I've
That's
never
very
do this shit.
dangerous.
That is very, that's very dumb and very dangerous. I haven't done that, and I would never do this because it's just provoking accidents.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like I have like one anecdote, I guess, from road rage. I just remembered when I was delivering cars for car rental companies. I had like different cars I had to drive like every day, and there was like one car I wasn't used to. And the shifting was very weird. So I thought I was in the first gear, but I wasn't in the first gear. So at the Ampel, I started, but I didn't really start because I was not in the right gear. And there was like somebody behind me that didn't like that at all. Okay, like then I like slowly drove, and then I had to go to the next gas station and get gas for that car. And he followed me into the gas station.
Really?
He berated me like, what is wrong with you? What are you doing? How are you driving like this? And I'm like, dude, it's not my car, it's a rental car, and it's like, this is a weird shift here, okay? Like, what do you want from me? Like, he's like, okay. Like, this is the only thing I experienced road rage, like from myself.
Did you
basically.
take out your gun and
What? There is no gun.
We're not in America.
That's not America. Okay. Oh, fuck. No, but this is like what I remember, like the only thing I'm involved in. Like when somebody really like came up to me and was like complaining about something very minor. Like it's not like it's like I took like 5 seconds longer to get from the Ampel, okay, which is not cool, but I mean, yeah,
Okay.
it happens, okay.
But if it's the other way around, do you get annoyed with people who don't drive when the ample turns green?
Yeah, of course, but I would never confront them about it. Like, yeah,
you would not follow?
yeah, like sometimes you can see that people like can't really start or like let the motor like get like I don't know how to say this in English really, but like cancel
speak in German.
cancel the motor, like a motor abwürgen basically, and you can see that from afar. So okay, they have to start the engine again and then drive. Like yeah, okay, that happens. And
So
shit
they're
like that.
driving stick because they cannot start their motor
Yeah,
right
like
away.
this is more complicated to drive stick.
Okay.
Yeah, but not like I would never like follow them and like ask them, why do you start 5 seconds later from the Ampel? What the fuck? Like,
What took you so
how
long?
many times? How much
5
time do you
seconds.
have? Like, dude,
Because
okay.
he's a German, perhaps. He
Yeah.
values his
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay.
You're so late. You should say sorry.
True.
Yeah.
But then he has time to stop and berate me about it. Okay, so it's
That's priorities.
yeah. But this other than that, I don't know. Like
You've never followed somebody if they're so slow, or if somebody like
No.
swivel in front of you in the left lane of the autobahn?
No. I don't care that much. Like it only provokes like more stuff. And why do you want to do this? As long as it wasn't that dangerous or something, like I don't give a shit basically.
Okay. Because I think last week I've learned like a new phrase
Oh.
in football, from football.
Oh.
They say like, Dich wie der Mittelspur in der Autobahn.
Richtig. That is a very good phrase. Yeah.
So how do you feel about that?
Yeah, that's like another pet peeve for probably lots of Germans that drive the Autobahn. And if there are 3 lanes, like lots of people just stay in the middle lane, even if like the right lane is completely empty and there's no car, no truck, no nothing. And this is just, first of all, it's annoying. And second of all, it can also be dangerous if multiple people can come up behind you fast. And you're like the only one in the middle, like the right lane is empty and the left lane is empty. And so people only have the left lane to overtake because it's illegal to overtake in the right lane.
But have you tried doing that?
I did that all the time for people that just don't realize that they are so bad. Or like if there are only 2 lanes. And they're like, I had it happen like in stuff that they never left the left lane. And the right lane was
Empty.
for kilometers, it was like empty. Like there was no reason to drive left.
And they
like-
don't drive fast in the left lane.
Yeah, they drive like slow, and every honking or like other like things to make them go over didn't do anything. And then of course you overtake them on the right side. And I wasn't the only one doing it. I was just like following the other people, like because this person was not. I don't know what they took, but they just like drove on the left lane. Like what the hell?
Okay, you're supposed to get fined for that or not?
It is a very dumb and complicated thing. Yes, you should be moving over if the right lane is free, but there are like weird connotations in that law which say like if for the next it's foreseeable that in the next 20 seconds you don't have to switch lanes again. You have to move over to the right lane. But nobody knows like what is 20 seconds in fucking distance, for example.
Make a public statement now. Come on.
Yes.
Address your fellow
I
German.
don't think the people here that listen to that, I hope, are not Mittelspurschleicher. So I don't think I need to address anybody.
Okay.
So what if somebody's listening to us and they are the middle driver?
Yeah, always
Yeah.
drive if you want to drive slow, drive on the left lane, okay? Not in the middle. And I guess you have to move a bit more if you're on the right side, if there is a truck. But my God, like you can do it. Other people can do it. You can do it. Okay? Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh God! So good thing I don't have my Führerschein here.
Yeah.
It's so expensive
Yeah, and especially if you get berated
from the
for starting 5 seconds late,
Yeah.
for driving in the middle lane. So yeah, how about that?
that happens. Well, but you know what? If you go to another country, I think it's still. I don't know if you have if you have like experience from driving from other country, and then you drive here in Germany. I think it would be like a relief. You know, it wouldn't be that bad if you already know how traffic like runs in the other country.
Yeah, I think so too. Like what I've seen from other countries that have like lots of traffic, like if you know that most countries like outside of Europe, I guess, don't really follow any traffic laws.
Yeah, they don't do the left,
Yeah.
the left fast, the slowest on the right. They don't do that.
Yeah,
Nothing like that.
They don't care. Like I think it's easier because people here definitely follow almost all of the rules here on the road. So it's like if you know the rules also, like then I think you're perfectly fine to drive here. But like Autobahn is a special deal.
Yeah.
But if you just like drive your normal speed, like not too slow, not too fast, and like just look where other people are, you also are fine. You don't need to be that afraid of that. But yeah.
As a German, are you proud of Autobahn?
Oh yes.
Yeah, of course. Like you can drive very fast usually on
What's the fastest
certain-
that you've driven? Like, what's the fastest speed that you've driven?
like 280 something.
280. You're almost as the same as train, like the Shinkansen in Japan.
Yes.
You know,
Or
basically.
you're faster than ETA.
Yeah, like the HCE, I think drives 210 max. Or something.
I think some a bit faster, like 250, I think also, but yeah, like around that also. Yeah.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden they would stop in the middle of nowhere because for some reason.
There's a goat on the road.
Yeah.
And so everybody's like, doing the inertia thing.
No, luckily I haven't experienced that yet.
No, there's like no like emergency braking is rare because they know the tracks and stuff.
Because they would get called a
Morning
call
walk,
from
yeah.
somebody like slow down.
Yeah.
Anyway, so moving forward, if I had another question. Do you
Oh,
get
yes.
annoyed if, some tourists think that Germany is just Bavaria? Like, the cultures. Because, from other part of the world, right? If you say, oh, I'm from Germany, people would think that you're wearing this, what do you call it? The
Lederhose.
Yeah, that.
The
Or the pretzel only.
yeah,
and
eating
what was
pretzel and drinking beer in
Yeah.
the mug.
the Oktoberfest.
The Oktoberfest.
Annoyed? No, I don't really like. I haven't really have that experience yet. I don't know that is that common for
It
like
is
most
common.
people. Yeah, I guess it's common, but like I don't know. I don't know if I would be annoyed. I don't think so because it's.
That's just ignorance.
That is, yeah, it's just ignorance, and this is also not the bad stereotypes. Like what I have experience with is like the other part
Which?
of our darker past in Germany that
The
they always, yeah, like they say, like the Hitler, like it's always, that is what I more commonly like experience outside of the country.
And what do
also.
you feel about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I'm getting annoyed. Like this is like why do you bring that shit up? Okay, in your country you also have dictators that kill people. Okay, like calm the fuck down. Okay, just because our dictator
Yeah.
was the worst dictator. Okay, but
I think he's just kind of he became popular. He was like popular.
like around the world, it's like the one known German that everybody and their mom knows.
Yeah, and he's not even from Germany.
Yeah,
And he is not even German. Yes.
that's true. Well, I'm sorry for that. But,
Yeah.
but the good thing here is like if you Germans like heard that like Germany, the first thing that comes into my mind is Nazi, Hitler, and everything. But if you do that to let's say Filipinos, Philippines, is it that Marcos, the dictator who killed lots of 70,000 people? Some people would deny that, that the thing, that's one of the good thing here in Germany is like you value the history.
That's true.
I guess.
Yeah.
True. I mean, I don't know if you have that as Filipinos, the experience that like foreign people come to your country and like mention like the old Marcos. I don't think is it that common, like because it's not that known as like Hitler, for example. No,
No.
that's like
Probably not, no, because Philippines is like just a small country.
Yeah, and even
Yeah.
in grade school, even the teachers, they would actually like believe some stuff
Yeah,
that it did not happen or like like fake news. It
the
was
denier, like history denier.
okay. Yeah, like but yeah, like that's a problem in your country, but like I think outside of the country, it's not really known that much.
If you watch, or maybe if you read news, then you would. Some people would know that, like especially the old people. But I think like the younger generation, like internationally, they don't know that. They don't know the Marcos Senior.
I mean, only
no.
because Marcos Jr. is now in power,
Yeah.
so the old stories came back up.
Yeah.
I think that's why
That's
now
true.
maybe it's popular again, but like let's say like Duterte times, like nobody. I mean, Duterte was in the news also in Europe, I think, as a
yeah.
as a person. Like if you watch that, I guess that's true. But before that, nobody would know
No.
about old Marcos and stuff. If you go there, like
Well, because for one, Marcos Senior didn't start World War.
That's true.
yeah, that is true. That is true.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that's why Hitler is so popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was a sneaky bitch.
Yeah.
Other than creating the Autobahn,
Yeah.
he was very sneaky with his military tactics. And so he started the Second World War.
Hey, going back to Bavaria, like as a German, have you been to Oktoberfest?
Never in my life, no.
Do you think it's a total
Tourist trap.
yeah.
Yeah. Yes, nowadays definitely. I think like what you see and how many people are there, it's like mostly tourists or lots of tourists. I think like I saw like there are like always statistics about that, and it's like maybe a third of them is like from Munich and Bavaria, like the visitors, and the rest is usually like from maybe 20% from other German parts, and the rest is like tourists basically.
Really?
Like something like I don't know the exact statistics, but it's very big number of like tourists that are there.
Oh, so do statistics show that Oktoberfest, that's where you find the most expensive vomit?
Vomit?
Because like a liter would cost you how much? 8 euros?
Oh, 11 or 12.
11? 1
Yeah.
liter?
Yeah, 1 liter beer
So,
is like 11 or 12 euros.
And then you had a fancy lunch, breakfast, dinner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like, yeah, I
that's
don't.
true. And
yeah.
the most expensive.
So Germans and their beer. But would you say that the German beer is the best in the world? We've talked about this on food,
Yeah.
right?
No, the best in the world, I don't know. But it is good, definitely. Like the level that you get here is pretty consistent, pretty good. But so are other countries. Like in other Asian countries that I've visited, is you find always a beer that tastes good. Like like it's just a matter of your own taste, basically. Like what you like. But I've never had any country where I didn't find any beer that was like at least like normal tasty, I guess, or like just good.
Okay. But Preis-Leistungsverhältnis.
Is probably better in other countries because it's just generally cheaper there. So you have like cheaper beer, which is also very good compared to like beer here. But I mean, if you buy it in store, it's also pretty cheap. And just the variety is like we have like just, I don't know, thousands of varieties of beer. So yeah, you always find cheap good beer somewhere, definitely in store.
But all in all, you're not proud that Germany has the #1 beer in the whole world.
Yeah. Or
Do we even? I'm not sure if we have actually, but no, I'm not proud of that because it's like many other countries also have like good beers or like many good beers. So no, I wouldn't say that. We have good consistent beer definitely, but so have other countries.
Because like I think, or I've noticed, like Germans, they try to patronize their own products. Like if you go to like one
Town.
area in Germany, they would always say like, like we have our own butter from our province or our own beer from our own province. So that's what they really buy.
The local.
Yeah.
They support the local.
Yeah, the regional stuff, like with beer especially. They say like they like their local beer mostly, not all.
Yeah.
But yeah, they say like, oh yeah, our beer is very good, which is like if you go like in local little Bavarian towns and they have like a little brewery, it's really usually very good beer. Like it's just you don't really get it anywhere else, like because they just brew it like for this little region basically, and they don't export it that much.
So what do you think about that? Like people, being very proud of their own regional products.
I mean, I think it's good. Like it's a good thing, but it's when it comes to like when people like are like talk down other products just because they like their own, they cannot really accept that there are other products that are good as well, which is like okay, like yeah, sure, but there are 1,000 other beer varieties, so I mean there are also other beers that are tasty, so it's not just yours.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like this is like common probably. That is like when you have like I think in Bavaria it's more common like than here. Like I think in Bavaria they are very much like that they like
they really fight for
localities, their regional stuff,
Number one
stuff.
Okay.
The south in Germany, then I don't think here it's the case that much. Because we also have our own breweries, but I never heard anybody say like, yeah, this
is the
best.
beer from here is the best or something. Like no,
Not that much.
I've never heard that here.
Really? Because sometimes, like, if you say regional, they're not that affordable.
Really, it's more expensive.
Kind of. Like, if you go to the supermarket, you see, like, this kind of brand and it's regional. It's not that affordable. There are, like, even more affordable
Yeah, that's true.
option.
Like that, because they're just the volume, no? Like the small breweries don't have that much volume that they produce, so it's a bit more expensive than
Yeah.
Okay.
if you produce like millions of liters of kind
It's
of
true.
beer.
Like for like fresh produce, like vegetables and fruits.
And eggs.
Yeah, eggs and butter and yeah. They're not they have like this special area. And if you compare
Yeah,
like carrots for example.
True.
For
Agree.
vegetable maybe, but like if you see like when I go to Aldi or like Lidl or something, they have like regional eggs that are usually at either same price or even a bit cheaper than the other ones they have.
Really?
But like in like Rewe or something, yeah, they have their local section,
Yeah.
which is, I think also the quality there is pretty good from the local stuff they offer there. So maybe that's why also it's more expensive. But with Eggos or like eggs, I don't know. I think it's the
Yeah.
similar price.
Speaking of Aldi and Lidl, I've what? Why are you laughing?
Nothing. I'm just like, I don't know.
No, I just saw it in one TikTok. Okay, it's not me who said this.
Okay.
He's also an Auslander, and he said that like, if you're an Auslander, if you're a foreigner, you usually shop in Lidl and Aldi, and if you're kind of like a little bit like higher in the society, you go to Rewe and what's the more expensive?
Consume.
Yeah, consume and stuff like that. You as a German, Manfred, do you agree to that?
Oh yes, you're
I mean, there
man.
are certainly people that do that and think that is true. But I think it's more like what is closer for most people. Like, can I walk there? Or can I get the stuff that I like there? Like you can, like Netto, like just we take Netto for example. Netto has lots of, like also like quality products and also some cheap products. They are very mixed, I guess, in that sense. So yeah, why go to Rewe if you get like the same kind of chocolate or whatever like in the Netto that is just right around the corner? I
That's
guess.
true.
Like, but lots of people also just look for like Schnäppchen or like what is cheap where, and they just like see okay that the washing stuff is cheap at Kaufland and this is cheap at Lidl, and then they go like around and drive like one day,
That's
go to
true.
all the places. Like I also know that from like older people do that because they have so much fucking
So what
time
he's
on their
saying
hands.
is not true.
No,
I don't-
there is a certain truth to that, definitely. There
Yeah.
But I
is
don't like
people
that the fact that he's discriminating. Like, oh, if you're, Netto is only for like
Poor
cheap people.
people.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I've seen this like TED Talk. It's in German. Like he talked about this Billish
In
product and then the affordable one. So he explained like how the cheap products are way different than the other products. So I think it's kind of common for not like people living in Germany to really choose the cheaper option than getting the affordable or like the price. The quality.
But cheaper, for cheaper price.
Yeah. So they go for what's cheap.
Yeah. Do you think that Germans don't like to be seen as like, cheap people?
I mean, who wants to be seen as cheap person?
No, I meant because, Germans are known for, being stingy, right?
Are you?
I think so. Like there's, people always look for deals and stuff like that.
It's not stingy.
It's that-
just
yeah.
like the same. It's like the Asian mentality. Like I got these for like super cheap. Like
Yeah,
a good
agree.
product for cheap. This is like or like a
Like
good,
your bragging thingy, right?
yeah, like it's the same. Like we like oh yeah, see I got this I don't know chair for like 10 euros, like but it costs like 100 euros usually or something like that. This, of course we brag about that stuff.
Okay.
Oh yeah, but not for like foods and stuff. I don't think like anybody brags about like like food that they got like food cheap or something. Like, it's
So
just like
that's-
other.
So that's one of the similarities with Asian culture, that we brag that, like
We got a good deal.
Yeah, we got a good deal. Like not like Americans, like, oh, I bought this for this expensive
Yeah,
amount,
yeah.
etc. But in Germany, you brag how cheap.
How affordable you got something.
Like what I heard, or like from like documentations and stuff, like from European perspective, like the Germans are seen as like, we usually get like the cheapest meats, the cheapest stuff also from other countries, because like people pay so little here for that stuff that we get mostly like the lowest quality of meat, for example, or the lower qualities, for example, from France.
Oh.
I heard that specifically, that they like all the stuff that the French people wouldn't really buy.
Okay.
Basically, they ship to Germany.
Oh.
And the good stuff, because we are not willing, like, or Germans are not willing to pay that much anymore for good food because of all these, like, there was like so many slogans and stuff in the past from advertisement, like Geiz ist geil, for example, was like a big slogan from MediaMarkt, like a big tech supermarket, basically. And this is what, like, was it even MediaMarkt? I don't know from what it was, but like this has set into the mindset of Germans. This is like it's good to be stingy. And
So
this is
it's
like
made
a
us
slogan.
that's
They
a good
don't wanna-
slogan then.
Yeah, yes and no, like kind of, but it's also bad if it goes like too hard in the stingy
Yeah.
direction. Like if you really like, oh shit, this chicken is like €3, I will not buy this even if it's like good. I want to buy it for like €2 and shit. Like this is like gets like to the level, or they see like expensive meat. If we just stay at the meat price, like just say, this is like €25, but it's good quality meat. It's very good, regional, whatever, but they will not buy it. Like they would rather buy like the €5 shit quality meat than the
Okay.
good quality meat.
Because what I actually not experienced, but like how do I say this? This is kind of a stereotype that got into me when I first arrived, that Germans would actually choose the most expensive item, or like the most expensive compared to other Waren, like products, because the more expensive a product is, the higher the quality is. And Germans are known for like good quality in stuff, like cars, electronics. So it goes down for clothing and food.
Really?
Yeah, that's what
Stereotype.
that's the stereotype
that
that
is
got
the-
into me.
Yes, and that is a common stereotype, but I think people just also realize that, like for like other consumer goods, like clothing and stuff, like you don't need to buy the most expensive stuff to get good quality anymore. Like this is more like of the people that are more like money conscious. There's
Yeah.
also the people that don't care about money, of course. And they
Okay.
want always the most expensive stuff because they just don't care about like looking for like better deals, because
Yeah.
they just don't care. So they just buy like the higher level stuff anyway, because they know, okay, in general, higher prices means better quality.
Yeah.
In general, that is true. But it's, of course, if you look a bit around and see like, okay, this jacket costs like €50 and it's basically the same as the other jacket that costs €500. So
Yeah.
why buy this €500 if you can get it for 50? For example?
Okay. Because when I first arrived, that's what they, like my host,
Yeah,
they
because
told me.
that's what I was like thinking, because your host family is rich.
Perhaps, because that's what they said. They said like, yeah, in Germany you could like, even if it's like, as long as it's within 2 years, you can return everything.
2 years.
Yeah, so that's what they told me. So, if it breaks down within 2 years, you have the right to return your goods, like except for food, of course.
Yeah.
So that's what they kind of instilled, and then
Okay.
that's what got into me. So that's the stereotype that I got. Like,
Yeah, like there's I know the mindset you're speaking of from some people, but this is usually like the higher, not high society is a weird word, but like, yeah, the ones that have like more money to spend, definitely, and like have that mindset more. But it's not, in general, that is not true anymore.
Okay.
Definitely, I would say.
And so, like within those 2 years, they really return the Warren.
like if it's really like broken, like for example the shoe, like it peeled off and things like that. So they really return
Wow, that's so effort,
I mean, if you pay, but then you also have but when we stay at that mindset, yeah, like they know they have like the guarantee that you have 2 years to return it if it's broken, and if you buy like an expensive stuff, you are way more likely to exchange that if it gets broken in these 2 years than if you just buy like a 10 euro shoes.
Yeah.
Then you wouldn't hassle with that stuff, and you would just say, okay, just 10 euros, I don't care.
So basically, you're paying for the guarantee.
No, you always have that guarantee. That's by
If
law.
it's
Yeah.
10 euro
If
or
it's-
100
But you would
euro.
also just like if the more expensive the item, the more you look for that, like not look for that, but like use that. No, if it really breaks down in 2 years, like, yeah, of course I want my I want it exchange, repaired, whatever.
But I think it's easier to exchange your product within these 2 years if it's expensive. Because perhaps they kind of, they value their brand.
Oh.
Depends. Yeah, depends on the brand, definitely, like where you buy it from. And certain brands honor that guarantee very much because that 2 years, when we want to be exact, which Germans want to be, it's not really 2 years because it is 2 years in general, but there is like a very, very important separation. The first 6 months of owning a product, let's just say a laptop, you don't have to show that you prove that you broke it, basically.
Okay.
Like the how to say that, the I can only explain it in German better, but like the
If you're unzufrieden.
yeah, if you're not unzufrieden, doesn't matter, but if it really breaks down,
Without your, I don't know, if it's not your fault. Like, for example, it breaks down, but it's not your
On
fault.
its
you
own.
don't have to prove that it's like the
If it's-
laptop's fault or the manufacturer's fault. You don't have to prove anything. Like the other, like the company has to prove that's not their fault that it broke. Like they didn't assemble it right? So it broke down in the first 6 months. Then the onus is on the manufacturer. Like, but after that 6 months, you basically have to prove that the fault that developed is not from your doing.
Okay.
So you have to prove somehow that, like, okay, this fault can only be like from the start, from the manufacturing, like a faulty battery,
Okay.
for example. You can overcharge it if you're like really strange or something, but like certain parts don't break that easy. Like, or for like a screen, you see, like, either if you break it, of course it's broken and it's kaput. But if you see there's like pixels or like failing or stuff like that, it's pretty much likely that it's from the manufacturing start, that the display is faulty in itself, but it just showed like after a year, basically.
Okay.
So there's like a distinction in that guarantee.
Okay.
That's a lot of things to consider, no? I don't know, like returning products within those 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, it takes lots of toll for me.
Yeah, I mean, usually it's pretty, companies are pretty lenient, but like if it gets to end of the 2 years, they will look for like, is it really you that broke it and you just want to return it? That's where they look like, the more expensive the stuff is, the more they look if they can really say like, no, you did something, it's your fault that it broke, so we are not liable. That's like what it's about. So you don't really have that guarantee that they will fix it.
But also on this, like, still on this point, I think it also comes down to this another stereotype for Germans, like being nachhaltig. Like, how do you call it in English?
Sustainable.
Yeah, like they would say like the more expensive a product is, the better its quality is,
the more long-lasting it is.
Yeah, so it's way sustainable. And I'm not sure if it's just the latest trend on sustainability, but like lately you hear it more and more. Like people want to be more sustainable. That's why.
I think it has something because of the global warming and everything.
Kind of.
Because
Like
I don't know, but Germans are more aware with with the environment.
Or is it just a hipster attitude? Not sure if it's a German or a hippie thing.
I don't know, like, but yeah, maybe the conscience consciousness about this is a bit higher now because of all the little things that you see, like with the bottle caps that are not removable,
Yeah.
which old people really hate, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, not just
How
old
dare you.
not just old people.
Nobody likes that, but I guess you can manage, okay, you can get used to it. But sustainability, I think, is for Germans, I think,
It has been like for like a long time.
yeah, like they want to buy, like that's also going back to like the quality stuff. Like they want to buy in the past, I guess, or like, I don't know, because with fast fashion, you never know.
Yeah.
But they want to buy a product that they can own for a long time. Like with
Yeah.
shoes, with jackets, like with stuff that you like, okay, this can last me like 5 years, 10 years, like easily without it like breaking apart or something. So yeah, that probably was also
A thing in the past.
a thing like in the past before like fast fashion, I guess.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's really like
It's a German.
it's a German thing.
Not just a trend.
Yeah, like I mean, how it is in like what is it in the Philippines basically? Like, do you look for stuff like that?
Not sure.
I mean, in the 90s, yes. Like, I remember my parents would say, like, oh, let's buy this brand because it would last long.
Yeah.
And as a kid, you hate that because it means that you have to use these shoes for like a long time.
That's true. And if it's bought for your sister,
And it's
you
a
know,
hand-me-down.
it's going to be a hand-me-down.
Yeah.
That's true.
But nowadays, like, because of the Timo and
Shein, or I don't know how.
Shane, I don't
fine.
know what is that. Like, yeah, some of this like Chinese
Fast
store.
fashion store.
Yeah. Now, like, especially during pandemic, like people just buy online, like random stuff. Like, I remember on my own case,
Yeah.
like, I just order and order and order because I don't go out anyway. And then at some point, like, there's one big box in my apartment. Those are just unpacked orders.
Oh, so you had a how do you say it?
Hodl?
Hole.
Yeah, whole.
A haul.
Haul.
Shopee haul.
Yeah. Oh
But
my
yeah.
God. Oh, that's true.
Yeah, and also like in our volume, like there are stuff there that Martin would say that like, oh yeah, it's been there for like 15 years already and he hasn't changed it. He hasn't replaced it at all.
Oh yeah. Like, back then, like this Shopee thing. These are like products made in China. But until now, I still use some stuff.
So sometimes it's
Yeah.
quality.
I used to miss those days. Yes. Because now
Nowadays.
now if you buy something from Temu or stuff like that, they would not last you for forever. Like you get a t-shirt and then afterwards they're just how do you call it in English?
Like fuzzily. I don't know.
Fuzzy, I don't know.
Like the
thingy.
that.
So
I
yeah.
understand what you're saying.
Like
The
Like that.
fuzzle.
It's mahimol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like yeah, that's not nice. It's itchy and things like that. So you have to replace it. And everything's just polyester.
Yep.
Not good.
It's the capitalism's fault. I would say.
That's true. Yeah. Like I don't know.
Yeah, speaking of this, what do you call this not quality products, right? And of course, if the products are not high quality, so you have to throw them like immediately or after 5 use.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything. And so do you get annoyed if people don't recycle? Like especially because there's lots of Ausländer here now, right? Like because Germany take like lots of refugees, and they don't have this recycling method in their country. And when they got here, like it would take them like a long time to know these processes. Do you get annoyed with that? Like the stereotype of German people, like if for example you throw the plastic, the verpackungsmus in, I don't know,
And how
in
do
the
you-
Papierkorb.
Yeah.
And then some onlooker, old German would say, "Nein, das ist falsch."
Yeah.
Are you like that?
No, I don't. I mean, it happens, I guess, or but the obvious stuff, of course, I'm getting annoyed when people throw plastic in like the paper bins and stuff like that. Like like the obvious stuff is pretty annoying. And but other than that, I mean, if you just throw accidentally some plastic in a normal trash, yeah, like this can happen. If you just check and learn a bit and don't do it like all the time, yeah, then it's fine for me. Like only like the ones that never change, basically. Like if you always do it and you're like here for like years, then you're fucked up, okay? But other than that, no.
Do you know how do they do the recycling here? Like for example, the plastic stuff. I told you before I wanted to work. I wanted to work in
Recycling center.
yeah.
And now, are you changing your mind?
No.
Ah,
I know, I told you because I watched a documentary before that they send it to like Asian country, and then that's where they process to make it like a pellet.
yeah.
They would melt it and they make it a pellet and then bring it back here. And then Martin said that it's no longer the case.
Oh.
I don't know if that's true.
So, what do you think, Manfred?
I mean, we have recycling plants here, but I don't know how they do it now. I don't know. I just saw some documentation like years ago that they really like sort the plastic and try to recycle that as much as possible. Like if it's possible. But the most thing is like sorting all the non-plastics out of the plastics. Yeah, but I don't know the exact thing of what they do now with that stuff.
Do you get enticed? Like, for example, you're buying something, right? And then in the Verpackung, it says like 100% recycled. Do you get inside? I want this because it's
100% recycled.
No.
like
Freundlich.
Because pretty much everything now has that label. So like, why I'm not?
I think it's just in Germany. I don't think I see that in other countries.
I think I saw it somewhere else.
Perhaps
Asia.
not in Asia.
I'm not sure.
Or not in Southeast Asia.
Not in Southeast Asia, definitely.
But yeah.
I don't know. Like the one that we bought, I think in Vietnam, I saw like we bought German products there. And I think one German product said like from recycled material or something.
Yeah, that's German product. I'm saying that
Yeah, but
products
it's,
that was produced in Asia.
I don't know that. No, I don't know.
Yeah. Because they love to pack everything in plastic.
That's true.
And then they would actually be very confused if you say no. Like, I already have my bag. It
Yeah.
fits here.
No.
They feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So yeah, Germans and their 100% umweltfreundlich Verpackung.
True. Are you proud of that? I think do you think also other European countries do that?
Yeah, I think so.
Really? I've never seen that in France.
No, they have. I think that they also have like plastics, like separate, like kind of plastic recycling, I think.
Okay.
But I'm not. I think I saw that
Okay.
in France.
What's the favorite term of German people when they get annoyed?
Huh?
Like, the hello.
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 I don't know. Yeah, it is a thing, I guess. I don't know, but I don't know. It's
Do you use that?
Junger Mann.
no. I'm very non-confrontational, so I'm basically not doing that.
I think we really interviewed a wrong person here. He doesn't.
It's not really. I'm not
Not-
super German. Yeah. Now I can say.
So
that,
maybe
okay.
we should not lift the ban
Yeah.
for Manfred. He's
Yeah.
not German after all.
We are going to ask other German like you're blacklisted for real.
Let's search for an auto.
True, a real auto.
Yeah, or Uwe.
Yeah, and Uwe. True.
Uwe. Manfred. Jesus Christ, me German.
Yeah.
The reason you're here is because you are German.
Yeah, we thought you're German enough, but maybe we should find a Claudia.
I mean, I said
Maybe Claudia.
Claudia. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't do it, but I also didn't see like other people saying like hello and something like that. They like
well, in the supermarket,
Ask
they do
other
it
stuff.
a lot.
really okay.
My colleague.
Your colleague.
My colleague.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They would say like, "Hello, junge Mann." they would do that.
Is das dein Ernst?
Yeah.
Hallo?
Yeah, dein Ernst or something. Yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah, but not like hello is not. Like yeah, for like cashiers, yeah, definitely. They more use that hello,
Hallo.
ausschlafen, hello. Or something like that.
Nicht einschlafen.
Yeah, true. It's more common.
But you know what? I think I experienced that because I printed a photo in DM. And I thought I have to pay first before I can get the photo. Because in
Okay.
Rossmann, that's how you do it, I think.
Okay.
But I'm not sure, okay? But, so I forgot to take the printed photo. And then this old lady called me out by saying, hello, it's so loud, you know? It makes you really nervous,
Yeah.
you know?
Junge Frau. They would add that after the hello.
Hello?
Hallo, junge Mann. Hier.
Like, especially in public area, that makes you anxious. Like, if you have like this social anxiety, that's so, oh my God, mom, please don't do that to me.
I think that's better than being called dumesao.
That's true, yeah.
That's even hurtful.
Yeah. But I don't think she was annoyed at me. She was just like calling me out that I forgot this.
But yeah, like the volume.
Yeah, it's so loud. I sometimes, you know, whenever I, let's say, you know, I would tell to my friends that, you know, Germans, they are nice, they are calm. But when they do this hello, it's different.
Like all the nerves in your body
Like, are shaken up.
react right away.
Yeah.
That's true. Like they
Yeah.
do that hello.
Yeah, the annoying hello. And also with the bike lane.
Yeah.
Did you ever experience like walking in the bike lane and somebody like ringing the bell and they are just so, what do you call that? Like aggressively biking.
No, I haven't. I mean,
Really?
I've walked, I've heard, but then I don't look at them. I just like move aside.
Like I think I was new here. I didn't know that in our city, you know, the red lane is for
the bicycle.
bike. And I was like walking in the red lane. And then somebody like ring the bell to me. And she also said, hello again.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I didn't know that like the red thingy is for bike.
They also do the Entschuldigung.
Yeah,
And-
that is. I think that's more common than hello. Like I think.
Really?
Yeah, like this, like the passive aggressive Entschuldigung. Yeah.
But you know, like in a foreigner's perspective,
Yeah.
hello is more popular.
Kind of. Like you hear it often.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and then and so going back with the bike lane, so it's set in my mind already that fuck, Germans are like aggressive bikers.
Yeah.
So I was like afraid. Aside from being aggressive autobahn driver, they're also aggressive bikers. And then I went to Amsterdam.
Yeah.
It's on a whole different level.
They're more aggressive there.
I swear they hit people there. We witnessed hitting like this biker, like this cycler hit this one pedestrian.
Oh God. I just heard like they fish out bicycles from the rivers. Like they have like this certain days where they
Like
just
they-
clean the river.
When full of bike,
Yeah, and sometimes some people would try to fish in the river and then they would
get a bike.
get a bicycle.
Wow.
So all this weird,
Craziness.
crazy stories. So yeah,
Do you agree that that Germans are aggressive bikers?
Mhm.
they're aggressive in general. Are
No.
they? Or are you?
Like passive aggressive.
Passive aggressive.
You kind of do it as a hobby, no?
I mean, we don't do it that much to other people without reason. I think. So, yeah.
Kind of. That's true. Like going back to this, like Germans always having the last say. When not German speaking people or people who don't understand the word of German, most of them would say like, you know, if you listen to Germans having a conversation, it sounds like they're arguing. And then as a person who now understands like the German language, that's no longer you differentiate like the way they speak, like if they're arguing or not. And most of the time, these people are arguing. Like, they always try to one-up each other.
Yeah.
They always try to have the last say by being passive-aggressive.
Do you agree do you neither confirm?
Yeah, because, if they speak, it's like mellow. If they're being nice.
When you said that, like, from a perspective of a person who doesn't understand German, and if they hear Germans talking, people would say that it's aggressive.
Yeah.
That's not the case for me.
No.
I think when I don't understand them yet,
Yeah.
I think they are calmer than Asians.
Because they speak very, very low.
Yeah, they don't open the mouth like
Yeah.
like very like us,
Yeah, they just speak very...
Why are you just laughing?
License.
You are here to say
Just
something
funny,
about that.
Yeah, because he's German, he doesn't speak.
I thought
Yeah.
Germans have the last say.
No, I don't know where that comes from now. Like, I don't think we have the last say.
Really?
See, like, just point proven. Okay, like, really, yeah.
Because most of the time, if you hear them being, like
Argumentative.
they're actually being argumentative at that point. Because
Like one-upping each other.
yeah,
I mean, it's like just an excited conversation. Like when you have like, I don't know, a discussion about something. Like, yeah, I guess we like to argue, but not like in an aggressive way. But like, yeah, it's like certain possibilities or angles that like, it's like kind of a mini debate basically.
yeah, especially if the dog comes out already.
Yeah, then it gets more heated. When
Yeah.
it is out, then it's serious. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay,
It's like arguing but like calm. But if the dog
comes out.
it's not calm.
It's already like something's up.
Mm.
Like there's like one of them or both parties are not backing down. It's like, okay, take out your popcorn and time to
Yeah.
So with Chang saying that Germans have the last word. Do you have any last word?
yeah. Last words, Manfred.
Last words? No, I don't have. Just like and subscribe, okay, and leave a comment, okay.
Yes.
I want them to buy us a coffee.
That also, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Well.
so with that, did you enjoy our session here, Manfred?
Of course, I hope for more.
No, you're
hard-hitting
banned.
questions.
You're
I guess,
banned.
but yeah.
You're bad.
You're banned. You will not come back here, Manfred.
Okay.
Sorry.
But yeah, you don't shoot the hard-hitting questions on the first meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
If ever we decide to invite you here again, then maybe Chang can ask like the
Hard-hitting question. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Looking forward to that. If it happens.
Yeah, because for now, the ban's not being lifted yet.
Ooh. Lifetime ban, huh?
Yeah. From the studio.
Persona non grata. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Manfred,
Thank you, Manfred.
for your time. We respect your time.
Oh,
Yes.
danke, ja.
Yeah. Okay, we hope to see you, not see you.
We hope to not see you anytime soon.
That's being mean.
Yeah, we're just being straight like German people.
Oh, yes.
Okay, goodbye, Manfred.
Thank you, Manfred, and thank you everyone for
Listening.
Oh yeah, tell us if you want Manfred back though.
Yeah! Let us know if you want Manfred.
Help me
Or
out,
if you
guys.
want to hear Claudia or Otto.
Yeah. Or
And-
Uwe. Anyway, choose!
Thank you, bye-bye.
Tschüss.